Jamie, we've been discussing this amongst ourselves, me and Dino, and the callers and the text messages that are coming in. We've been doing it all morning.
Yeah, is he winding me up? 10 games? Is he joking?
Well, Di Canio got 11 for pushing the referee, and we haven't seen it since. So they've got to throw something at him, Jamie. You can't let him get away with that.
Come on, Dean. Come on.
You can't let him get away with that. For the sake of football, you can't let him get away with that. Well, for kids are watching, Jamie. You can't be pushing the referee.
He's lost his rag, all right? He's lost his rag. This is intense football. They're playing at Old Trafford in a quarter-final of the FA Cup. He's lost his rag. He's disappointed. Yeah, you know.
You can't lose your rag on the ref, Jim. You can lose a rag on the opposition player and get 3 games, but if you lose your rag on the ref and start pushing him, throw the book at him. You've got to stop it before he gets out of control.
Oh, Dean, come on, mate.
So what would you give him then? What would you give him?
He's going to get 3 games.
And then you've got an 8-year-old who thinks he can push the referee.
No, that's not true, Dean. That's not true.
Well, they do.
You know, they talk about referees in grassroots football being the same as Premier League referees. It's completely different.
It's not.
It's completely different.
It's discipline and it's respecting authority.
You can't stop an idiot on a grassroots football pitch going up and wanting to have a fight with a referee because Mitrović has pushed a referee in an FA Cup match. I don't agree with what he's done.
That's not what that means, Jay. It's not what it means. What it means is there are young players, youngsters who are watching that going, look at that. We're going to do that. That looks quite cool. We can do whatever we want to the referee. We're going to surround him as well.
That, Laura.
They do. Here's a great example.
I was with my 12-year-old when we watched the game yesterday.
Well, I'm sure your 12-year-old is angelic, perfectly angelic, but there are young 12-year-olds out there that aren't. So, for example, we heard from someone earlier on that was saying that the kids on the pitches where they play, they're covering their mouths like the Premier League footballers do because they think they're going to be, their mouths are going to be interpreted and somebody's going to understand what they're saying. So these kids are covering their mouths. But
they know what right and wrong is, though, Laura.
Yeah, but Jay, that's not it. This is a football pitch, of course, and that's the thing. And if they see somebody doing it on the pitch, surrounding the referee, they're going to think, actually, that's all right.
Make an example of Mitrović because he's lost his rag on a football pitch. How many players over the years have lost their rag on a football pitch?
Yeah, but you don't push the referee.
Used to surround the referee for fun.
Yeah, but you don't push him, Jamie.
Arsenal do it this season. Everyone does it. I don't agree with what he's done, but to talk about banning the player for 10 games.
Listen, Jay,
is outrageous.
Jay, I agree with you. When we said 10 earlier on, I winced because I thought, wow, that's way too much. That's way too many. I'm just looking back at history, though. We mentioned there Paolo Di Canio, Sheffield Wednesday, 11 games. That was in 1998. David Prutton as well. He shoved the referee. He got 10 games in 2005. Luis Suarez is a bit more extreme. He faced that long. That was 10 games when he bit someone. So listen, I understand that's a very different.
He bit someone.
Yeah, I know, but I know.
Yeah, 10 games. He's lost. Mitrović has lost his rag. Right? Yes, what he done was wrong. Don't touch the referee. We all know that. Don't touch the referee.
It was more than that.
About 10 games is ridiculous. He's got sent off. He's made himself look a fool. He's going to get fined by his club. The whole world's coming down on him. But talk about 10 games is just outrageous. He's got a 3-game ban. Fulham going to lose him for some massive games. And he's had a great season. Don't you think he's disappointed walking off the pitch? We all lose our rag.
I'd give him 15 games.
And they are always on the edge. Every football player that's playing in the Premier League in FA Cup matches are always on the edge.
Yeah, but Jamie, you can't. If the referee hadn't walked backwards and made it a little bit softer, he was walking towards him with his head in his face. You can't do that.
I'm not saying what he done was right. I'm not saying what he's done was right. I looked at it and was like, what is he doing? He's completely lost. He's completely lost his head.
Yeah, Jay.
But let's not just come. Let's not make an example of him, and be like, oh, he's going to get.
I think we should
ban.
Listen, Jay, I agree with you. Like I said, I agree. I feel like 10 games is a lot. I really do. And I think sometimes when you look at individual incidents, Luis Suarez biting Branislav Ivanovic and getting 10 games there. That. Having an equal measure with what Mitrović did, maybe that's an argument, but they are officials. But maybe let's just park that for a second.
Laura? Don't you think these problems have been coming because of how bad the refereeing is in the Premier League and how bad the officials are,
that aside,
and how bad VAR is?
That aside,
I feel like this has been building up for some time. The players have had enough of how bad the officials are in the Premier League, and I think, listen, it's starting to spill over. But the referees need to have a look at themselves as well. How many times have we said the referees have been absolutely shambolic again? Every single week, they're useless.
They've always been bad.
It doesn't mean you can push them.
I'm not saying that you can push them.
Yeah, but it does, because you just said it's been boiling over. Listen, it doesn't matter. There's an official on the pitch. You do what he says. What I actually think in this is that referees need to start using those cards more, so that players are actually more scared to even go near them. Start using those cards. They're in your pocket.
Oh.
If referees lose their authority, Jamie, if referees lose their authority, it's ruining football. We've had it.
What authority have they got, Dean?
They're in charge of the game.
They can send someone off. They can give them a red card.
Go to VAR for everything. They got no authority. VAR took that off them.
That's a whole part of the officiating of the game.
Official. We're getting to a point where we're not even going to have official.
Jamie, stay on one argument for a second, because you're dovetailing into VAR. You're dovetailing into the bad officiating. Just for a second, just say that the officiating at the weekend, was it right or wrong? Three red cards. Are you in agreement with all of those red cards? Do you think it was the right decision?
I think the Mitrović sending off is the right decision.
Cool. Okay.
But do I agree with talking about a 10-game ban? No.
Fine. Okay.
I think that's outrageous.
Do you think, with the ban aside for a second, do you think that referees are going to get a bit more respect if they start to be tougher on people surrounding them on the pitch, coming up to them, and they use those cards and they say, you don't have a second chance, you're off? You can agree with me just because it's me. Come on. Don't you think that would help?
I think referees will get respect when they start making better decisions.
All right. We're going to have to leave it there, Jamie, because I know you're a busy man. You've got to go play golf. And we've got to go to the news and sport. Listen, I still love you, and it's still brilliant to have you on, even if you are, half an hour late, an hour late? I still adore you. So, enjoy the rest of your day.
Phone me when you want.
And when he gets a 10-match ban, we'll get you back on, all right?
See you, James.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.